What up, you lab rats? This is episode number 108 here on Cozy Sunday, and today we're continuing our conversation on primal branding on the leaders. Stay tuned. Hey, welcome back to the lab, your daily inspiration for creating better content. So it's Sunday, right? It's Cozy Sunday, and on Cozy Sunday, we sit down and we talk about the books that I'm reading. Right now, we're reading Patrick Hanlon's Primal Branding. Very interesting book, very interesting chapter on the leader. The leader. Okay, so we're going to do a little something different here. We all know about leadership, right? How important it is to be a leader, to be a thought leader. We all know, we all have a general idea about what leadership is. Here's a really cool thing about this book. It makes me look at things that I already know about in another way, like leadership. Okay. So what I want to do for you guys is just read for you a passage, and I just want you to listen. Okay. So buckle up. You can put me in the background if you're watching. If you're listening, here's something really good for you. Okay. You can be a great designer, says Freeman Thomas, as acknowledged leader in car design. But to be a leader in design, you have to be a great communicator. There's a saying, an idea too soon is too late. You can scare everybody off, even though you have the vision for it. Communication is really important. How you filter ideas to your bosses and to the public. Some great design movements have happened, but they haven't been picked up by the public. You have to differentiate between being at a designer show and something that appeals to people. Not to get high and mighty is also important, says Thomas. I find that just by being normal and hanging out and listening and being vulnerable, by putting myself into very normal situations, I feel I have the better advantage of finding out what's next. You'll see people whose position is everything to them, and they put up this shield around them. You learn more by listening than by talking. Okay. This is something really important because I just came back from New Media Expo, and I'm learning as I'm kind of climbing these little, imaginary, unknown, subtle rungs of the ladder in podcasting in this world that I live in as a content creator. And I'm finding out who is putting up this shield around them as certain thought leaders do. And they become unreachable, and they become this entity that we put up on a pedestal. And I want to disrupt that. I'm a lab rat. You guys are lab rats. And if I ever become unreachable, untouchable, then you just come over here and you slap me in the face, okay? Because I don't like that. I don't like what that has become. I don't like that very Hollywood sort of thing that we are doing to this business that is about helping people and about being of service. And so I don't want that to taint the leadership that I'm bringing to Get in the Lab. Yes, I'm a leader for Get in the Lab, the podcast, and for you lab rats, but I'm also just a lab rat. I'm also just somebody who's trying to put forth a message in the world and keep good messages going with what we do here in the lab. Okay, and that is what true leadership is. And I really love this because it wasn't just this typical story about how leadership is very important. It was about what it means to be a leader in a very human, transparent, normal way, and not making yourself this deity to your fans. There's a lot of power in that, and that's awesome. But to realize that as a leader, that they don't, get high and mighty and milk that and get high off their own steam, right? So I feel very strongly about this, and I think as lab rats together, we're going to create a community that disrupts this sort of weird thing of the big dogs, the big wigs. This is what it's about, okay? You and I in the lab, being lab rats, working on our shit, helping each other out, being honest, true, courageous, decent people to each other. That's it. It's so simple. I don't know why, this is even a conversation, but it is because it just happened and I'm learning. Maybe I'm naive. I don't give a damn, but that's what I see. And that's what we are going to disrupt here on the Get in the Lab podcast. All right, guys, that's it for Cozy Sunday. I hope you appreciated that. I did. These chapters in Primal Branding I read them really quick right before I shoot these, and I'm always really impressed. So Patrick, spot on, man. I love reading this book, and I love taking my time with it with you guys. If you want to check out the previous chapters of this book, you can find it in the description, and it's laid out for you in a nice little playlist. So good things. We'll see you next time. Once again, my name is Megan, reminding you to get in the lab. We'll see you. Hey, Lab Rats, thanks for hanging out to the end. I really appreciate it. I really enjoy that book. I think I got to go back and read that chapter one more time. It makes me just reinforce that idea of, yes, I'm being human. I'm being a decent human being, and I should encourage you guys to do that as well as you kind of rise through the ranks, okay? To remember where you came from and to not look down at people, as you become leaders, right? If you're digging the jam over here, I would love for you to go to getinthelab.me/join, join my newsletter list. That way you get my weekly email on everything that's happening over here, workshops, previous episodes, all that stuff. Don't miss a thing. All right. Good things, guys. We'll see you tomorrow on Motivation Monday. See you.